Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to be doing our walk around of the first line of the 75 Chrome Shop Show.
It's going to be fun. There is so many cool trucks here and a lot of new ones. Every year we come to the show, there's always new rides.
Yep.
And there's some pretty impressive stuff in this front line, and we're going to go over a lot of them.
All right, so let's get to walking around.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So we'll start. We're gonna go down this. We're gonna go down this line right here, and check some trucks out and just see kind of where we get at. But so hey, on the red one, Tommy, this is pretty neat. But I like how he's done his rear panel over here.
Yeah.
Between the fenders, you see how he's got the little vent right there.
Yeah, there's like vents that go just to let some air through.
Yeah, it's just like cool. It's like an all red truck. This looks awesome anyway. But that's different. Yeah. Red and chrome always looks awesome.
It's hard to go wrong. It really is. I know we built a few of these trucks, and it's one of those things where you're like, hey, well, let's build another red truck. And it's like, well, I know we've done a few of them already. But it's like you said, it's kind of too, it's too cool to like go out of style.
It never will, yeah.
Yeah, red and chrome is always going to look cool.
Tommy, you're familiar with this truck.
I am familiar with this truck.
This is Daryl. He comes to our show every year. Super cool dude.
Yeah, I was talking to the guy that's got the trucks over there, the two Peterbilts. He's got the two sleepers on it. He's got two 63-inch sleepers.
Yeah, the guy from Alabama.
Yeah, Hollingsworth.
Yep.
I think I finally convinced him to come to our show. So
I wish he would, because the double sleeper truck is so neat.
It is super cool.
Yep.
And he's every single year I meet him here, and he's like, I'm gonna come to your show. And I'm like, you better. He said last night, he goes, okay, all right, this is the year.
I'm gonna do it. Hey, we were looking at this red truck over here, and we kind of bypassed something else that's kind of cool about it. But I like how he done his air and electric Frenched into the frame, and it's all put together. And
yeah.
I like how this is rounded.
Yeah, cleaned all this up.
That's really cool looking. I always love black, red, and silver. He was here last year, wasn't he, Tommy? I think I remember this truck from last year.
I really don't remember. It was last year was a busy year.
Yeah. Ford 9000.
I can see you fixing this thing up to be your daily driver.
The Ford 9000?
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, it'd be a little bit difficult to parallel park if you had to go to the city or something, but I mean, I probably could. Yeah, I probably could. Yeah.
I had one. I told that to somebody the other day, and they said, that's just like a whole lot of vehicle to only have two seats in it. It's like if I was going to make something as like a semi as a daily driver, I'm going to have a huge sleeper, and it's going to have like 19 seats in there.
It's going to be a limo.
Yeah. And haul everybody around. Sign that thing up for Uber too.
So this 589 here,
something crazy purple with a green frame.
pretty nice. I like it. I like the bright colors. Hey, I think this little scooter deal, so if I was driving a truck, like, that probably works out really well if you're parked somewhere, want to go down the road something, and it fits, just under your bed in the sleeper. I bet a lot of guys do that.
Those little Segways, scooter things.
Yeah.
And they're not crazy expensive, depending on the one you buy. Now, Segway makes some really expensive scooters, but the ones that like the boys have are only like $500.
Yeah, and if you're driving on a truck and you're gone all the time, and then you're like, you get parked and you want to go a half mile down the road to get something to eat,
Yep.
you can jump on that dude and go.
Yeah.
Got Kenworth. How about this old Mac?
Yeah, when you find these things in good condition, they're just super cool.
All right, we got this W9 right here. These guys are out of Kentucky. Actually, Tommy, all three of them, because that one's got a Kentucky tag on it too.
Yeah, he said these two, we just talked to a gentleman who swung by here. These two are based out of London, Kentucky, and this one over here is based out of Owensboro.
Got a W9. He was telling us, this guy, so they do a lot of flatbed and step deck. They move a lot of equipment like CNC machines and stuff, and even the big trash compactors, things like that. That's what this company does here. And then I was just looking at this Mac, Tommy, and I'm thinking, like, I bet that dude rides like an absolute Cadillac.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's got to be like riding on air. I mean, look at the springs on this. I mean,
Gosh.
I'm pretty sure you could put the Empire State Building these springs to hold it. Those things are serious.
Yeah. He's got the good old Mac rear ends in it where the shocks are turned upwards.
Oh wow, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that was like a Mac thing for the longest time.
Huh. That's pretty neat.
It stayed that way for a long, long time. I want to say that actually probably changed in the last 10 to 15 years.
So they done it that long?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So like it used to, when you'd get behind like a dump truck, if you couldn't see the body at all, if you saw the rear ends were pointed straight up,
You knew it was a Mac.
Yeah, that was just that was a Mac thing.
Yeah. Huh. The one thing I've always loved, I think I've said it in every video when we get around an old truck, is I just love all the emblems and the stainless trims and the chrome trim stuff they put on their old trucks.
I've always wanted to know what it meant. I've never understood what thermodyne meant. I've seen it on a lot of the old Macs. I've never taken the time to ask anybody.
Yeah, I mean, they named it thermodyne for it's something to do with some temperature somehow or another.
Yeah.
Right? And then maybe it was like extra insulation in the cab or something. I don't know.
So did you notice that thermodyne diesel? So thermodyne is on the
Front and diesel,
on the back,
and it's other way on the other side.
Flip-flopped on the other side.
B61.
Oh, that's cool. Well, at least here's a truck that we know a little bit about.
I love the old trucks, but it's just slowly learning more and more about them. This dump truck's cool.
Yeah, this thing's pretty cool.
Matching bed, grill's different. The little 3 bars there, it's got diamonds around it.
Yeah.
Painted the whole front of the hood. Makes it look a little bit longer.
Bill was telling me I need to come over and take a closer look at this truck. He said, man, this is a pretty nice truck. And you need to come and take a look at it. I can tell you, Brian, we've painted a lot of grills in our day. And to see one that's still got the paint on it after it come down the road is it's pretty cool.
They look like a painted grill looks so awesome. You just have to understand that after you run it for a while, you're gonna repaint it.
Yeah, no, that's just part of it. So it's I guess I was just saying it's a pretty good condition to be a painted grill.
It is.
No, I'm almost positive they drove this truck here. I don't know that they did, but I think they did.
I like they chopped the breather screens down, but this is the, I don't remember what you call this one. This isn't on the breather, so there's the premium one, which we do on most of all of our trucks.
Yeah.
And then this is the I forget what model you call that breather, but
Yeah.
it looks good with a chop deal because your bolts are on the outside, which on the premiums they're on the inside.
Yeah.
But that looks really good on there. Painted tanks. His front fender deal's nice. Look at that. So you've got to make this and then bolt it under the bed. That's pretty slick. I like how he done the lights.
You like how he did what?
The lights.
Someone had to do a train horn test this morning, make sure the train horns are still working.
I mean, it's a good time, you know, early morning. There might be a few people asleep and maybe they need to get up because they got to start cleaning. It's just kind of the alarm.
It's like ringing the breakfast bell.
Yeah.
Time for everybody to get up.
Cool truck. How about this car hauler?
So these guys, I talked to them when they first parked in here. These guys, Chima Auto, they've got some, they've got a really cool Instagram channel. I tried to talk them into doing some YouTube stuff, only because they've got like 30 to 35 car haulers they're working on. They always have these crazy tight timelines, and these guys are building these trucks in record timing.
And all they do are car haulers. So they kind of got it all pretty figured out in the car hauler world, it looks like. This one's cool, man. It's got, I like the stripe they done out of the chrome.
Yeah.
Kind of going with everything else.
It looks super cool. See, yeah, we'll have to come and do a segment on this truck because one thing that's really neat about it is under the hood.
Yeah.
When you open the hood of this thing, it's all decked out under the hood. It looks super cool. Yeah.
You know, you think on these, so, you know, there's a car that goes up here.
Yep.
And then this arm comes down and it's bolted to the frame and like some pretty heavy duty stuff. There's a lot of time in the engineering of figuring these things out and building this whole deal that you can hold a car and go down the road and not have an issue
and mounted to the frame.
Yeah.
It always baffles me how low these things sit to the ground and how long they are.
Yep.
It's definitely one of those applications where it stays on the road and flat areas a lot. It has to, right?
This bracket's kind of cool. Oh, the fuel tank.
Oh yeah, just like wraps around the frame.
Yeah. Check this one out. So they made the bracket to angle the watermelon light downwards. Because that's like the JML light, so it'll have that pattern. So like aiming it down, I bet it at night probably is pretty neat because it'll send that star pattern kind of.
Yeah, down on the.
Mm-hmm.
Back panel there. That's
So this truck, I love this truck for a whole bunch of different reasons. One is I love pinstriping, and this thing's got some kind of wild pinstriping everywhere.
Yeah.
Wildest dreams. Those are a cool design. Tommy, you got to be into this. This is like your two favorite. This is black and green.
Black and green. I mean, you can't go wrong with black and green. My two favorite colors. Although we did build a truck on the channel that was black and green, bro.
You know,
we're gonna be close with our next build. It's dark. It's like dark gray, and it's got some green in it.
And it's got green. Yeah.
That's all we'll say about that.
Well, you'll have to wait. We're gonna be pulling it in the shop soon. Guys are over here getting her cleaned up. Man, the motor's even painted to match. This is a cool truck, and you can tell it works and runs down the road. And they've done a lot to make this thing nice. I always like, Tommy, when at night when these trucks are going on the road, they've got the double row of lights on the sleeper in the cab.
Yeah, the 2 layers.
Yeah, they look cool at night.
Yeah. There's only a couple of trucks on the road that have done that in the past. There's some guys who do it with some of their Western Stars, because you got those old 4900s that the sleeper steps up twice.
Yep. Definitely a cool ride. And then how about this one over here? So the paint on this dude is pretty dang cool. I mean, if you, depending on which angle this thing grabs light, it man, if you, hey Tommy, look at this right here.
I had to touch it. I just had to know. It's indented into the paint.
First in class.
You guys care if I fire this up?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay, just wanted to.
That'd be great.
We're gonna hear this thing run. Dude, this thing is cool.
So it says first class services on the back of it. So these guys are also out of Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. I'm just admiring the paint job.
I
It's
know.
I love the wild colors.
Yeah. Man, when the sun hits that orange just right, there's a couple of spots that are just glowing on this truck right now. Is it me, or is it like fade out a little bit, or is it just like the pearl? Like
So-
up there on the top.
It's the way the light hits it. Because if I go down, the light line kind of comes up. There's so much neat stuff with this truck. You know, I've never seen this, Tommy. For the yeah, for the cover for the boot. That's really neat. I love the colors. Do you know how much time it would take to do all of this? Yeah. I mean, they've gone. I mean, it's got shadowing. I mean, there's a lot going on to do this paint job. Yeah, let's see if I can zoom in here. I would have never thought that this like this neon color, yellow. Yeah, hand painted. This paint job took an exuberant amount of time to do.
Yeah. The flex air on the back of it.
The springs are chrome. It's a very impressive paint job.
That's pretty wicked.
Yeah.
I wonder if they just got done with it, or if this is just like a showpiece that they just keep hanging around.
No, I think I've kind of been looking. It's been built for a while for sure, and you can just kind of tell it's been driven around, wheels and stuff been on and off of it and things like that. But this is the first time I've seen this truck.
So they painted the holes inside the wheels.
Yeah.
I mean, the hubs look good, but like the holes are painted.
Yep. Did you notice the pan hard bar on the back of the sleeper?
Yeah, it's up at one of those
Twisted deals, yep.
It's pretty slick.
Chrome shocks. Hey, this is nice too. Little stainless piece on top of the airbag.
Oh yeah.
A lot of neat stuff on this. Hey Chad, how are you? Good morning.
Morning. Another beautiful day out today.
It really is.
Another hot one.
Oh yeah.
right, so we got a little more information on this truck. We kind of stood back a little bit because it's running, but unsure of the exact year, but it was built for the build-off in Louisville, early 2000s.
Yeah.
And then these guys bought it, and they've done some different things to it. We'll probably come back to it later and get some more information, let the guy tell us a little more about it. 'Cause
the truck really does need a full walk around, especially because if that's true and it was into the early 2000s build-off truck and it's still in that good a condition,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. That means they built that truck and then someone deemed it special enough to put it up and take care of it. So that's actually pretty awesome.
the interior in it's really neat. Like there's everything about that truck's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And it was built a long time ago.
Really long time.
And you park it out here and it still shows amazing.
That's still pretty cool.
Yeah. So we'll do something on it a little bit later. You don't see a lot of these. This is let's see if I get this right, Tommy. That's a 377.
You know,
Is that right?
I saw that truck the other day and I was thinking I'm going to look up the body style before Brian asked me what it is.
I think it's a 377. And I could be wrong. And then right now we're getting lit up in the comments about how we don't know what we're talking about. But I think it's a 377.
Well, in our defense, these were never offered, and I've never sold one. I mean, these were never offered, and all the while I've been selling trucks, I've never sold one of these.
Yeah.
This one was replaced by the 386, which I sold several of.
So yeah, we'll know a bit about those. 12 gauge rear panel cover on it. These guys are out of Indianapolis. You don't see a lot of these big emblems.
Yeah.
Those are like what were on cab overs.
Yep.
I like it. It's unique. It's the only one in the lot. I mean,
Well, it's going to be the only one almost every month. I mean, what's the odds that you see another one of these? I can tell you, this is
every
one of the-
once in a while.
Yeah, it's very few and far between you see one of these things cleaned up and built to be a show special.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Got another little 389 here. White legendary brown. This thing's clean. They came down with us when we went to the Atlanta show. Yeah, this is Tyler Finger. Good looking unit.
Freightliner Classic XL, Brian.
Is XL because of how tall it is? Or is it, where's the XL? Is it this way or this way or
I
this
was
way?
never really clear on that because you could buy a Classic XL in a mid-roof.
So it can't be the roof.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the mid-roofs were just called Classics and I don't know. Maybe I just didn't know the difference.
And XL could just be because it's got all the bells and whistles inside. I mean,
So, little known fact about me, I've sold quite a few Freightliners in my life. Maybe have sold more Freightliners than I've sold Peterbilts. I'm working to change that statistic, but I used to sell a lot of Freightliners. And
when I met you, it was like mostly Freightliners.
It was all Freightliners.
Yeah.
Right? And we only sold Coronados when you met me, but shortly before that, we still sold some XLs. Some
Oh, okay.
Classics.
Yeah.
So the originally in the glider days, this is what we built. It was Classics, Freightliner Classics.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never.
So before we got the Coronado, this is what we built.
This is what you built.
Yeah. Not many of them because we weren't building near the quantity back then. It's what we did when we got into the Coronados, but there's still quite a few Classic XL glider kits hanging out there.
That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. These colors look great together. That champagne fender and the red.
Yeah. I like that champagne color. We need to do more with
We've got one in the shop now, Tommy.
it. Yeah.
We got one legendary champagne. It just showed up.
Legendary champagne.
I think that's the color.
Real thing?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Is it?
Yeah. And it's got a brown frame. I'm pretty sure it's what the color's called, legendary champagne. We get back, we'll do a thing on it. It's a cool color.
I'm gonna fact check you on that one, like the internet does.
This is fine. I'm 90% certain it's legendary. It might not be champagne, but it is that color, and it's a legendary color. Maybe it wasn't called champagne, but it looks just like that.
I've not heard of legendary champagne. I'm gonna have to look into that. I mean, if it is a legendary champagne, that's cool in its own right, because that would be a cool color.
So I didn't know this, Tommy, but looking at this, it's a Scania, but I guess these things could float because somehow or another it came all the way overseas to here.
Yeah.
So it's got to probably have a propeller in the back or something.
Now, what you do is you put those sand dune flappers on the rear tires.
Yeah, the paddle
And then it
tires.
just- and then it just kind of paddles as you go across the water.
Golly, I bet that probably took a while to get here that way.
You know, this thing's got like 800 horsepower, so no, it probably didn't take that long. No, but in all seriousness, this truck is kind of cool. Bruce he let me sit on the inside of it last night.
I haven't sat in this thing yet.
Yeah, we talked about it. I said, so why did you go with the automatic versus the manual?
Because
he
he
told me.
can't shift gears very good.
Well, that's one factor. But you know, the primary factor is that he said in Europe, he goes, you can't get a manual anymore. He says almost in every brand in Europe, they will not sell you a manual anymore.
Really, they're like all automatics.
Yeah, he said Scania will not sell you a manual. Everything is automatic there now.
Huh.
Everything.
I mean, the automatics, even in our world, are getting more and more.
The take rate is much higher than it used to be.
Yeah.
So used to the take rate on automatics was like 10 or 15%, and then it grew, and then it grew, and then it grew. But I'm going to say the take rate on manuals now is probably less. I'm going to have to go to Peterbilt and ask what it is, but I'm betting it's less than 30% of the cars.
Really?
I bet it's 70% automatic now. Because I mean, they're
Yeah, I guess you start thinking about it when you get to the aero trucks and all and
huge
fleet
focus
stuff.
for like OTR aero, and there's a big push for that just because you know that's the largest segment of the market.
Yeah.
And so almost all those trucks are coming out with automatics. You rarely see an aero truck come out of the factory.
Just on our end of what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we don't kind of realize it, but okay. I did notice. Did you see Bruce had to like throw some American in on it? The lights on the top. Yeah.
He said this guy came all the way from Holland
To help him work on it.
Yeah, they brought a bunch of custom parts and help him customize it a little bit, which is pretty cool.
Got the 1927 Kenworth. Tommy, if you go over here and look at the turbo on this engine, it is humongous.
Oh yeah?
Yes. Like it's a big old turbo.
Oh yeah. Big boxy thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know what model cat this is, but pretty cool engine.
That is pretty cool. How do you know it's a 1927, Brian?
Well, see, in my previous life, I was an investigator. I investigated things.
Oh yeah?
So my mind kind of goes, and I just able to pick up on stuff.
Yeah, they
that
said the small little details.
you're able to pick up small details sometimes that'll give things away. You know, like
Square cab?
it could have been the square cab, yeah. And I don't know for sure it's a 1927, but I'm pretty sure it's a 1927.
Just something gave you a feeling, huh?
Just something kind of stood out to me a little bit and said, you know what, this is a 1927.
When I grow up, I want to be as smart as you are.
How about the air? There's your air cleaner. There's your intake. Then you got your filter.
Yeah. Wow. You know, it didn't even dawn on me that this is not an exhaust stack, but that's That's interesting.
I just kind of picked it up, and then it pipes all the way over here. Look, it's going under this deal.
So you understand there's a pipe on the other side too.
Which is going to be the exhaust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that there was a cap on this side and an exhaust tip on the other side.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But I'm pretty sure you picked up on where it came with the 1927.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Just making sure.
I just really wanted to know what your answer was.
It was the tag.
Hey, that's what we should have got. It's one of them riggers.
I talked to this guy earlier. Me and Chris Fifey did yesterday.
Yep.
And this is a pretty neat truck. So these guys just kind of got this thing finished. It's brand new. It's got like 30,000 miles on it, and they were just trying to go with an old school look, and they done pretty good. I mean, if you start looking at it, it's pretty neat. And I said in the other videos, but I love the fold back air dam thing.
Yeah, that was something that was really, really huge years and years ago. You used to see a lot of them until they came out with the football helmets.
Yep.
And now you don't see any of those. It's all like down air dams.
No, it's unique. It looks super cool. It's a good looking truck though. And then, man, I'm gonna forget the name of this color now.
Legendary Rose.
It's a good name for it. It's not it. He told me, I was talking to him earlier, he told me the name of the color. Now I can't remember. When he posted this truck online, that they were going to start building it, at first I was like, man, I don't know about that color.
Yeah.
It's a different color. But when he's got this thing finished, the pinstriping, like on this 589, it pulls it off.
Yeah, it does. Like, honestly, I feel like as long as you're responsible about what you do on the accessory side of a truck, you can pull off. There's a lot of colors you can pull off.
Oh yeah.
We built some weird colors in our day, right?
It's fun when you see some that you wouldn't think about doing, and you're like, man, this one's cool. It's a good looking 589.
Rose colored glasses.
And then later, we're gonna have to kind of probably like maybe in the video about here. Definitely gonna do something on this truck in its entirety on its own, because this is one of the most unique trucks sitting here at the show. This is JR's from Lifetime Lug Nut Covers, and I'm gonna wait and just see if we can't get him on camera, Tommy, to talk about this truck. Maybe see if we can't talk him into letting us go down the road in it.
That would be cool.
It would be. I'm just gonna say that if you don't like and subscribe and follow us, you're gonna miss out on this truck, because that video is gonna be pretty neat. That is I mean, aside from being an old Kenworth and being super nice, there's some pieces about this truck that are super unique, and there's not another truck on the lot like it. I'm gonna leave it at that.
There's not many trucks in the world like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So
maybe we could drop a hint that the engine in this truck is not measured in liters; it's measured in cubic inches.
all right, guys, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We looked at a ton of really cool trucks. We've hinted on some trucks that we're going to be doing videos on, specifically just individual videos for some very unique trucks that we found this morning.
Some very, very cool trucks.
Yeah.
There's a few I've had my eyes on for a while, and what was really cool is we got to run into some owners of a couple different trucks, and they want to tell us more specifically about the truck that they're working on, or that they worked on, that they brought. So that's going to be really cool. So if you guys want to see those videos of the trucks that we're going to be doing the walk around specific on, the 359, the Kenworth, right here behind us. That,
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can do a video on this one.
I want to go for a ride in it.
Yeah, if he's got time, I'm hoping we get to do that. So anyway, if you guys want to see all that, then you have to do some stuff. You got to like, subscribe, follow us on all of our social medias.
At Semi Casual Show.
So that way you don't miss the videos that are coming out. And then also check out our website. We just did a couple of things and added a bunch of shirts and stickers and coloring books. There's all kinds of really cool stuff on the website.
What shirt you got on right now?
Just the regular semi-casual.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But we've got. Do we have the ones that I have on?
I think so. Yeah. So we've got a few of these. They're on the website as well. And there's like 4 new designs of our shirts. There's a couple new designs of hats. There's 8 new designs of hats. We added a bunch of stickers and stuff like that. So all kinds of new apparel is basically the point. But outside of that, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Later.